Jeopardy! Ken Jennings heads to another game show. Why? As beloved as Ken Jennings is as a host, he also has a list of accolades attached to his name, flaunting a 74-game Jeopardy! Winning streak. The game show host recently talked of his somewhat odd bucket list, with the Jeopardy! Greatest of all-time laurel awarded to this quick-witted champion. His aspirations aren't necessarily typical. Ken Jennings crosses off major milestone from bucket list, the Jeopardy! Host revealed that he will soon cross a major wish from his bucket list. In a tweet last month, the 48-year-old talked about his wish and stated, "I'm aware that I have a very weird and specific bucket list, but this was a biggie. I get to play on the next season of Pyramid." The $100,000 Pyramid Season 6 premiered on July 10th. This season brought several known names and renowned celebrities such as Seinfeld stars Wayne Knight and Jason Alexander. Also, the show also welcomed Olympic skier Lindsey Vonn. Others that made an appearance on the show include names like Cedric the Entertainer, Dacia Adams and Matt James from The Bachelor, Darcy Carden from The Good Place, Rosie O'Donnell comedian, Amanda Klutz, host at The Talk. Ken is set to appear on the July 24th episode, where he will be up against Ross Matthews, who is the co-host of The Drew Barrymore Show. From the $10,000 pyramid to the $100,000 pyramid, for the unversed, the $100,000 pyramid is a game show where two teams of two compete in a game of word association. Each of these contenders gets a celebrity partner, and there is an exchange of clues to guess the right answer before the timer runs out. Finally, the team that manages to bag the highest score gets to compete in the winner's circle with the top prize of $100,000. The show is hosted by Michael Strahan, the co-anchor for Good Morning America. It has had multiple iterations in the years it has been running. In 1973, it started with the $10,000 pyramid and was hosted by Dick Clark, as reported by Deseret News. Over the years, the monetary prize associated with the game show has jumped to a higher number. However, the premise has stayed the same. Is Ken Jennings Jeopardy's new permanent host? Between Mayim Bialik and Ken Jennings, fans have mostly sided with the latter, favoring his hosting style. With Jeopardy! Season 38 soon to conclude, fans are wondering who will be the game show's permanent host. However, the makers are yet to make any official announcement. A decision is most likely expected by the end of July after the taping of Season 39 kicks off. Since the passing of the legendary Alex Trebek in 2020, Jeopardy! Has found itself in an unusually public identity crisis. More than just a game show, Jeopardy! Is an institution, a nightly ritual where intellect is king and the click of a signaling device can make or break a champion. For decades, Trebek's calm authority and understated wit served as its unshakable anchor. His absence left a vacuum so profound that even the brightest minds and biggest names have struggled to fill it. Into that vacuum stepped two unlikely co-hosts, Mayim Bialik and Ken Jennings. But as fans and critics parse each decision and interaction with forensic precision, a new question has emerged. Are Bialik and Jennings being deliberate? The deliberate here doesn't just mean calculated, it means intentional, strategic, perhaps even quietly competitive. The pair's alternating hosting stints have created a landscape where the subtleties of tone, presence, and even fan engagement seem less incidental and more meticulously curated. For a show that prides itself on precision, could it be that its co-hosts are playing a deeper game? The unlikely co-host. On paper, Bialik and Jennings couldn't be more different. Bialik, an actress and neuroscientist, blends Hollywood charisma with a STEM-credentialed intellect. Known for her roles in Blossom and The Big Bang Theory, she brings a media-savvy polish to the podium. Jennings, on the other hand, is Jeopardy! Royalty, the most successful contestant in the show's history, a trivia titan whose encyclopedic knowledge earned him 74 consecutive wins and a revered place in pop culture. Where Bialik exudes polish and empathy, Jennings radiates quick-witted geek charm and reverence for the game's traditions. The decision to have both hosts alternate was, initially, pitched as a way to share the load and offer variety. But in practice, it's led to a fascinating study in contrasts, and to a divided fanbase that has not been shy about declaring allegiances. And as both hosts settle into their roles, their approaches have started to feel less like casual differences and more like careful positioning. The deliberate styles. Mayim Bialik's hosting style leans into accessibility. She smiles often, softens the show's harder edges, and gives contestants warm, empathetic feedback. Her background in academia and television allows her to bridge gaps between complex material and mainstream appeal. Her wardrobe choices, her script's inflection points, even her social media messaging often emphasize inclusivity and approachability. There's a sense that Bialik is consciously modernizing the show's tone, making it friendlier for newer and more diverse audiences. Ken Jennings, by contrast, keeps his energy centered on gameplay. His delivery is snappier, drier, and often laced with subtle humor aimed at hardcore trivia aficionados. Jennings carries himself as a steward of Jeopardy, its history, and his deep respect for the game's minutiae often appeals to longtime fans who worry about losing the show's intellectual rigor. His offhand quips and rapid-fire interactions with contestants hint at a deeper understanding of the rhythm and mechanics of play, something no doubt honed by his time behind the contestant podium. Both approaches are valid. Both resonate with different subsets of the audience. But are these distinct styles simply authentic reflections of personality, or carefully honed strategies designed to court different segments of Jeopardy's massive, multi-generational fanbase? The power of perception. Television is a medium where perception is everything. Whether consciously or unconsciously, hosts project images that shape audience expectations. Bialik's emphasis on accessibility aligns with Sony's efforts to modernize and diversify Jeopardy's appeal, expanding into primetime specials and celebrity editions. Jennings' appeal to legacy fans anchors the show's core demographic, the loyal viewers who've been tuning in nightly for decades. Their public personas also offer clues. Bialik is active on social media, often discussing not only Jeopardy, but also her podcast, mental health advocacy, and personal experiences. Jennings, on the other hand, maintains a steady Twitter presence where his sardonic humor and trivia deep cuts frequently land. Both seem to be deliberately cultivating distinct brands that complement but don't overlap. Then there's the matter of scheduling. While early reports emphasize flexibility, insiders and sharp-eyed fans have noted patterns. Jennings has been favored for flagship tournaments and milestone events, while Bialik often helms the celebrity specials and primetime segments. This division may not be accidental. It could be part of a deliberate strategy to test audience engagement across different formats. The fan divide. Perhaps nowhere is the sense of deliberateness more evident than in the fan discourse itself. Online forums, Reddit threads, and comment sections are filled with fierce debates over which host best embodies the spirit of Jeopardy. Jennings' loyalists argue that his deep connection to the game and sharp pacing make him the natural heir to Trebek's throne. Bialik's supporters counter that her warmth, Polish, and academic credentials modernize the show and broaden its appeal. Both camps cite specific examples: Jennings' quick-witted banter with super champions like Amy Schneider or Bialik's measured handling of sensitive categories as evidence of their preferred host superiority. Both seem acutely aware of how each host's decisions, however subtle, shape the feel of the game. Even the show's producers seem to acknowledge this dynamic. Interviews with executive producer Michael Davis have emphasized the importance of audience feedback and flexibility in determining